would say to keep an open mind, try to talk to as many people in your network or your family and friends network as possible that might be of interest to you. Because I'd say, particularly from some of my background in public relations, there are trade publications for industries that you've never thought about, from what's something really strange. I'm drawing a blank, but there's, if it exists, there's something out there. So I'd say, think about what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, and then think about how there could be a career out of it. I mean, for example, in terms of like social media, which did not really exist when we were undergraduates, as an example, like there are people for brands, any company you can think of has a social media presence, and they have people that are working continually promoting that content on social media. Those are jobs that didn't, they didn't exist before, so you couldn't have maybe planned on it as a kid, or actually maybe this generation could. But that's like, and it's just a small example of something that you might not think is a job, but is a job. And I'd also say on that note to try to do as many informational interviews as possible, which is essentially reaching out to somebody, not asking them for a job, but just trying to get, what's a day in the life of you and your position, and to get an idea about, is this a field that I want to go into? Before, don't get think about, what master's program should I go into, and then you find out halfway through they don't really like that field. That's an unfortunate occurrence, and you can then pivot, but that's to avoid that. So I'd say keep an open mind, talk to as many people as possible, and then when you find someone who you feel, they do something interesting, reach out to them afterward and ask for an informational interview, which is in a conversation to get a better sense of what that really entails, and they can also offer you helpful advice on then how to pursue a career in that field.
Okay, that was good. So does anyone else want to volunteer to answer that question? So what advice would you give to students who have not made a career decision?
Really quick, I just want to share. Don't worry, don't stress. College is your time to really just be open-minded and try different things. But what I would say is just volunteer as much as possible, even if it's over the summer and it's a 2-week volunteer opportunity in the fields that you think you might be interested in, internships, like those are the opportunities that really helped me, and I did as many as I could. So not only, and it's okay if it's unpaid, because it's building your resume, which is amazing, and it's also giving you the opportunity to learn, because psychology classes are completely different than the psychology world. Important to have the psychology classes, but just a different world when you're in it. So, and I agree, the informational interviews, but just throw yourself in, but don't stress. Have fun with it, explore, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, one postscript, a shout out as well to the Magner Center. I would also say, reach out and set up an appointment with the Magner Center, because they can help you identify what your interests and strengths are, and then align that to careers and alumni that might be in that field, that could then people that have that informational interview. So the Magner Center is a great resource to help you figure out what you want to do, what do you want to do after graduation.
And also just to add one more thing, as far as informational interviews go, like how to find people. So right now LinkedIn is so huge. I feel like when we were kind of starting out, it wasn't as much, or probably, but you can reach out to people on LinkedIn. You can have somebody else make an introduction and talk to them about that informational interview. And I guess I'm speaking from the corporate world, so I'm a little bit biased on that, but so many bigger companies right now, they have obviously not just websites, but Instagram pages and YouTube videos. You can view a day in the life. You can take quizzes on the website. For example, speaking from my company, there are different quizzes like, what do I want to do as far as for campus graduates go, and you can kind of figure out that way, and then you can contact companies directly, and exactly not for a job or anything, but just can I talk to you, and just kind of wanted to learn a little bit more about your career path, and treat them as mentors per se, and those people can potentially guide you and give you some advice.